this is the best way to conclude the statistical analysis. There are the two subclasses. In case of the magnoliophyta, that is the angiosperm, having the two classes and 17 subclasses and 71 superorders, 32 orders, and 589 families overall in the Takhtajan system of classification. And it is estimated that the 13,000 genera as well as 2,50,000 species are covered. While in case of the Bentham-Manuker system, how many families? 202 families. Then 5,000 or 6,000, I don't remember exact data for the genera, while the 97,205 species are described in the Bentham-Manuker system, while here it is much higher than the Bentham-Manuker system. Takhtajan describes 2,50,000 species out of 13,000 genera. Then the Magnoliopsida, there is the 11 subclasses, that is further divided into two classes, that is the Magnoliopsida and Liliopsida. The Magnoliopsida having the 11 subclasses, 55 superorders, 175 orders, and 458 families, estimated genera, 10,000 species and 1,000 species, 10,000 genera out of 10,000 genera covers the 1,90,000 species in case of the dicotyledons. In the class 2, that is the Liliopsida having the 6 subclasses and 16 superorder, 57 orders, while the 131 families, estimated over 3,000 genera as well as the 60,000 species. So it is much more than the Bentham-Manuker system. So this figure may be mentioned as statistical data. If the question is there, what about write down about the statistical data of the Takhtajan system of classification, then you have to mention all such numbers. How many classes, how many subclasses, then the superorder, then how many orders, then the genera, then the species. So these covers the statistical synopsis of that. Then the merits as well as the demerits of the system. The merit of the Takhtajan system, that the Takhtajan system of the classification is the phylogenetic, emphasizes evolutionary relationship among the plants. So his main focus was on the evolutionary relationship. He emphasizes the evolutionary relationship, and the comprehensive approach was considered the evidence from the various fields like the morphology, anatomy, cytology, palynology, embryology, then the what you call the cytotaxonomy. So all such data were included in the system, and they consider all the data from this anatomical, cytological, embryological, palynological, etc., etc., whatever it is. Then the alignment with the contemporary system generally agrees with the other major system like Conquest, Dahlgren, and the Thorne system of the classification. The nomenclature complies adheres to the International Code of the Nomenclature, Botanical Nomenclature. Now it is instead of ICBN, it is ICN for algae, fungi and plants. The new name. Previously, it was the ICBN. Now, the 2011, when the conference held at the Melbourne, Australia, in 2011, he considered the new name. That is the International Code of Nomenclature for Algae, Fungi, and Plants. So, nomenclature compliance address to International Code of Botanical Nomenclature. Then the detailed subdivision provides a detailed classification of the angiosperm into the classes, subclasses, the superorders, orders, and the families. To all the details were given in this system of classification, and the recognition of the primitive and advanced traits. He considered all the primitive as well as advanced characteristics which distinguishes between the primitive and advanced traits in the plants. So clearly he distinguished on the basis of the which one is the primitive and which one is the advanced character of the plant. Because it is based on the phylogeny. In the demerits of the Takhtajan system of the classification, I think the major demerit of the system is the he considered only the angiospermic plants, taken out the angiospermic plant. The taxa are too narrowly defined, which has resulted in the unwanted splitting of the related taxa. Very closely related taxa on the basis of certain phylogenetic characters, they are separated from the each other. For example, the Paparazzi is separated from the order Caparels. The most of the characters is the similar to there, but on the basis of that character, what he considered, he separated the family. So this is one of the demerit of the system. As well as the classification only till the family level, and key for the identification are also not given. It is the major demerit is that only the classification is given only up to the family level and not with the characters. On that basis we can identify the family, as in case of the Bentham-Manuker system. So it is the classification is not useful for the practical point of view, or you can say the practical identification point of view, or with the help of the Takhtajan system we cannot identify the family in the field, while the Bentham-Manuker system it helps to identify the families then and there in the field because it is based on the some natural characters. So the Takhtajan considered degeneracy as the most primitive family, but now many taxonomists consider Wintraceae is the most primitive family. Wintraceae, Chintraceae, these are the extinct family, but they are considered that the most primitive family. And Takhtajan considered the Generiaceae is the most primitive family, while the other consider the Wintraceae the most primitive family. It is Wintraceae, the extinct family, and the Chintraceae is also the extinct family. The classification incorporates the data from the number of the branches, but greater emphasis is given to the cladistic information than the phonetic information. That it is based mostly the cladistic information are considered in comparison to the phonetic information as less in case of this. So this was all about the Takhtajan system of classification. If I ask which system is practically useful for the field identification point of view, then what answer would be? The On the basis of the Bentham-Manuker system of classification, we can identify the family in the field. Whenever we go for the, we can identify the families. But though the Takhtajan considered number of the species more than 250,000 species as indicated in the yes, 250,000 species. So it is, I think it is very difficult to remember the characters of all such families, such species. if it is uncommon other characters. As in case of the Bentham Noker, he considered only two or three characters. For example, the paritals, the in order paritals, the families are arranged which having the parietal presentation. So just even through the hand lens, if you are in the field through the hand lens, we cut down the section, TS section of the ovary, and we can observe that the presentation, whatever the presentation is there. If it is parietal, then there are number of the families, the crucifery, as well as the Papaveracea, as well as the many spermaceae. These are the families are there. If we consider the apocarpus condition are there, and the plants are found in the marshland and apocarpus, then we go through the Rhinales. Most of the members of the Rhinales order is found in the marshland places, and it is mostly herbs. But in some cases it is maybe tree, as in case of the delineacy also comes under the Rhinales, but it is though the apart from the presentation, we can consider the stipules, we can consider the number of the carpels, we can consider the epipetalas or it means the on the basis of the fruits, the schizocarpic or whatever it is. So, in comparison to the other system of classification, the Bentham and Hooker system is more feasible, more understandable, easy to understand, easy to use that system, and easy to classify the families on the basis of the Bentham and Hooker system. So next we will consider in the next session we will consider another system of classification that will be of most probably angular and braided system.